Hey,
Hey,
what's up, my brother?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I guess I got to turn mine up because I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh, okay. Hey, welcome everybody. So let's take a look at the comments real quick, Dusty. I was kind of glancing over at these before we hit live, and I see Sherry Long, Tracy Lossy, Carrie MC, Boise Boys or Boise Boz. I'm not sure how she says that. Mountain Mom and Nirvana, Yasmin Marquez, Sonny Austin. It's good to have you guys here. I was telling one of my family members a while ago about a comment over here from somebody in New Zealand. So we got people joining us from all over the world, Dusty, and the comment was pretty interesting because it was talking about how it was summer over there. Everybody was talking about how they had snow, and this person was talking about it being summer and they had all the windows and doors open and the oven was going, so they were trying to let out all the heat. It was kind of interesting. So welcome, no matter where you guys are from. If you're from New Zealand or New Mexico or Arizona or Argentina, wherever you're at, welcome to the Draper Brothers. We have a pretty good show for you guys tonight. We're not gonna, like Dusty mentioned in the thumbnail, we're not gonna talk a lot about the crime stuff tonight. We're gonna focus a little more on Christmas and stuff. Anyway, Dusty, how's it going over there?
Dude, I'm trying to catch my breath, man. I was just like running up and down stairs trying to get everything situated. We're at my in-laws' house, and it's pretty different doing it like this. We don't have the comforts of our little studio or whatever. Tyson's just in the other room. We're trying to avoid the echoing and that stuff, but hopefully you guys are hearing okay. And I can't hear anything in my headphones.
Well, I'm gonna come here so they know.
There he is.
Like this, so.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, everybody?
It's only the second time this has happened that we've been together like this. So
Yeah.
and I'm deaf with those things on. I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, I just wanted to show everybody that we are together here at Christmas time. We're going to be showing you some video here later of some drone footage that we shot right here in our hometown. So it's cool to be together as brothers in the town that we grew up right here in southeastern Arizona. So
yeah, we had a good time filming some stuff. I wrecked the drone trying to film the Rough Riders baseball field. So yeah, that was our mascot, the Rough Riders. So
yeah,
we had a rough ride for that drone for sure. It was digging holes. It was flipped upside down, digging holes with the propellers, and those propellers are shot. So good thing I had some extra ones. But yeah, we're having a good time. We just got here last night in Pima, and we went over to our parents' house and had a good time there. And then I met up with Tyson after his basketball practice stuff, and we just cruised around talking and reminiscing. And then I filmed all this stuff we're going to show you here in a little bit, and it was really fun. So
yeah, it's been a great day, and I want to thank Illumicate, aka Mama Bear, for becoming a member. Thank you, Illumicate, aka Mama Bear. So we appreciate all you guys becoming members of our channel. It helps us out. So thank you so much.
absolutely.
So anyway, I just want to say hello, Dusty. I'll go back to my spot.
All right. I'm going to look at the comments and make sure everything's okay. Oh, slow the chat. Yeah. Let me go do that real quick. Tyson, you just talk about something while I slow the chat.
All right, guys. So what I wanted to start off talking about tonight a little bit is get everybody in the Christmas spirit here is it's amazing to me how many people we meet through this process, people that share their stories with us. And it seems like, man, more times than not, Dusty, that, almost every single person that I talk to, whether it be through email or text or on here or whatever, they have some story that they share, with the death in the family. I was even reading some of the comments over here, and people are talking about, I think it was even one of Suzanne's friends, Teresa Fountain, that said that a family member had passed away in Florida and she was on her way down there. And, there's just a lot of people that have experienced loss and grief and sorrow and things like that. So, this time of year especially is hard on a lot of people. A lot of people were telling me that they lost their mom, last year or in years prior, and they're really missing their mom around the holidays. And so what I thought I would do is I would share a little story with you. It's by a guy named Thomas S. Monson, and it's titled Christmas Gifts, Christmas Blessings. And it says, what did you get for Christmas? This is the universal question among children for days following the most celebrated holiday of the year. A small girl might reply, I received a doll, a new dress, and a fun game. A boy might respond, I received a pocket knife, a train, and a truck with lights. Newly acquired possessions are displayed and admired as Christmas Day dawns, then departs. The gifts so acquired are fleeting. Dolls break, dresses wear out, and fun games become boring. Pocket knives are lost, trains do nothing but go in circles, and trucks are abandoned when the batteries that power them dim and die. If we change but one word in our quick Christmas question, the outcome is vastly different. What did you give for Christmas? Prompts stimulating thought and causes tender feelings to well up and memories fire to glow ever brighter. Giving, not getting, brings to full bloom the Christmas spirit. Enemies are forgiven, friends remembered, and God obeyed. The spirit of Christmas illuminates the picture window of the soul, and we look upon the world's busy life and become more interested in people than things. To catch the real meaning of the spirit of Christmas, we need only drop the last syllable, and it becomes the spirit of Christ. What can I give him? Poor as I am. If I were a shepherd, I would bring a lamb. If I were a wise man, I would do my part. Yet what could I give him? Give him my heart. One ever remembers that Christmas Day when giving replaced getting. In my life, this took place in my 10th year. As Christmas approached, I yearned, as only a boy can yearn, for an electric train. My desire was not to receive the economical and everywhere to be found wind-up model train. Rather, I wanted one that operated through the miracle of electricity. The times were those of economic depression, yet Mother and Dad, through some sacrifice, I'm sure, presented to me on Christmas morning a beautiful electric train. For hours, I operated the transformer, watching the engine first pull its cars forward, then push them backward around the track. Mother entered the living room and said to me that she had purchased a wind-up train for Miss Hanson's son, Mark, who lived down the lane. I asked if I could see the train. The engine was short and blocky, not long and sleek like the expensive model I had received. However, I did take notice of an oil tanker car that was part of his inexpensive set. My train had no such car, and pangs of envy began to be felt. I put up such a fuss that Mother succumbed to my pleadings and handed me the oil tanker car. She said, if you need it more than Mark, then you take it. I put it with my train set and felt pleased with the result. Mother and I took the remaining cars and engine down to Mark Hanson. The young boy was a year or two older than I. He had never anticipated such a gift and was thrilled beyond words. He wound the key in his engine, it not being electric like mine, and was overjoyed as the engine and two cars plus caboose went around the track. Then Mother wisely asked, what do you think of Mark's train, Tommy? I felt a keen sense of guilt and became very aware of my selfishness. I said to Mother, wait a minute, I'll be right back. As swiftly as my legs would carry me, I ran home, picked up the oil tanker car plus an additional car from my train set and ran back down the lane to the Hanson home, joyfully saying to Mark, we forgot to bring two cars that belong to your train. Mark coupled the two extra cars to his set. I watched the engine make its labored way around the track and felt supreme joy, difficult to describe and impossible to forget. The spirit of Christmas had filled my very soul. That experience made it somewhat easier for me to make a difficult decision just 1 year later. Again, at Christmas time, we were preparing for the oven a gigantic turkey and anticipating the savory feast that awaited. A neighborhood pal of mine asked a startling question. What does turkey taste like? I responded, oh, about like chicken tastes. Again, a question. What does chicken taste like? It was then that I realized my friend had never eaten chicken or turkey. I asked what his family was going to have for Christmas dinner. There was no prompt response, just a downcast glance and the comment, I don't know, there's nothing in the house. I pondered a solution. There was none. I had no turkeys, no chicken, no money. Then I remembered I did have 2 pet rabbits. Immediately, I took them to my friend and handed the box to him with the comment, here, take these 2 rabbits. They're good to eat, just like chicken. He took the box, climbed the fence, and headed for home, a Christmas dinner safely assured. Tears came easily to me as I closed the door to the empty rabbit hutch, but I was not sad. A warmth, a feeling of indescribable joy filled my heart. It was a memorable Christmas. So I wanted to share that, Dusty, to remind all of our viewers here that, when we have the true spirit of Christmas, it's not about what we get, but it's about what we give. And, that's what we're all doing here on this channel and, in our community, looking for opportunities to help other people and to serve and to give. And, I was driving home from Salida the last time, and you guys will remember that it was actually Thanksgiving Day, and it was also my birthday. And people were like, "Man, why aren't you with your family and celebrating Thanksgiving?" But to me, Justy, it was the greatest birthday and the greatest Thanksgiving I ever had, because I was serving other people and I was out there trying to help others. So I can tell you from firsthand experience that is the true meaning of Christmas. And I just wanted to throw that out here right in the very beginning. So.
Yeah, I love that story. I've heard it before, and I have to take these off for a minute because I can't hear myself, and I don't know if I'm getting too loud or I'm not. But I've heard that story before, and I love it. It's really crazy how we can think that somebody doesn't know what chicken tastes like, or doesn't have something to eat on Christmas, because we've always had that. We weren't rich or anything growing up, but we weren't poor like that for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't have anything to eat, and we always got gifts and stuff. So it's really hard for me to think that there are people out there like that, but there are, and there's people who need help, and they need. All right, cool. Tamara's telling me sounds good. They need somebody to give something to them. Whether it be just a kind word, or if they need help with some food or something, there's always somebody that is less fortunate than us. And we do what we can to serve others. We were taught by our dad that, for Christmas, we used to get together. My dad would make pies and we'd go deliver them to like widows and widowers and stuff like that. We learned that from a young age to go and my dad was always friends with the outcasts, and kind of like Christ was, he was always friends with the people that nobody else wanted to hang out with, and so that's kind of how our dad taught us. He'd always pick up hitchhikers. This is back when you could do that without getting killed. He knew most of them. They were from the town we were from, but he'd pick them up, and he was nice to them, and it taught us really to be like that. And I'm thankful for that, Tyson, that we learned that at such a young age. We had good examples around us. So.
Yeah, absolutely, Dusty. And I, remembering being here in this small town with you today, it just brought back a lot of memories. We went down to the school, Pima High School, and we actually flew the drone around. We're going to be showing that. But, I started thinking about a lot of our teachers and stuff back in those days too. And they were the old generation that was raised like right after, or even some of them were like during the Depression. And they taught us those lessons, of serving others and the importance of that. And, it really is what this is all about, guys. you know, and so I encourage everybody to look for a way to serve and to help. There's always many opportunities around us to help those that are in need. We don't have to look very far, especially in today's day and age, you know, with all the stuff that we have going on in our world today. It's important, guys. It's important that we reach out to help those people. So try to do that this Christmas, and that will, I promise you that if you do that, it will invite the true meaning of Christmas and the Christmas spirit into your heart, and it'll be an awesome experience for you. So, any thoughts on that, Dusty?
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So I had to connect these other earbuds because those other ones weren't working. Really
Oh,
well.
you know, you're good.
Okay.
So, you know, Dusty, if you live out somewhere where you can't find an opportunity to serve somebody else, or you know, whatever the case may be, or you're not able to get out much or whatever, I've put together a little fundraiser type thing for Alicia Cordova. And if you guys want to get involved with that, let me tell you kind of where that's at right now. I don't know if you guys saw it. I mentioned it on our community post, but I wasn't sure logistically how it was all going to work, and I'm not real versed in Amazon and all these other things. So somebody had mentioned that Alicia should just set up a Amazon account, and then that way people can donate to that, and then she can just kind of buy stuff from there. So it looks like that's the route we're going to go, everybody. I'll give you more information on that later, but I know she truly appreciates any kind of help that she can get during this time. She has other people that she said have reached out to her that are separate from the Draper Brothers channel that, you know, are going to help her as well. But I know from speaking to her the last 2 days that anything that anybody does is greatly appreciated. So I wanted to pass that along to all you guys. So stay tuned on that.
Yeah, and I'm seeing comments where people are saying that you know, they're having struggles, and I understand all that, and we wish we could help all of you. We really do. But there are when I was younger, when I was newly divorced and I had 2 young children, I didn't have anything either. I was in school and I didn't have anything, and I was contacted by some people where there's these angel trees and stuff like that some organizations had, and they helped me get some stuff for my kids way back when. And man, I really appreciated that a lot because I didn't have anything to give them, and I know that's not what Christmas is all about, just giving your kids something. But when they're that young, they don't know any different. They think Santa Claus forgot them because they weren't good enough. So if any of you are suffering from, you know, something that's making that not possible for you to give your kids anything, I saw somebody on here that said, well, they have each other, and that's all that matters, and that's a great attitude. There's still help out there, and I know it's hard sometimes to ask for help. You know, pride gets in our way sometimes, but people. My wise wife told me not too long ago. There's a family I go and visit. It's a lady that I met recently, and she became a real good friend of mine, and her husband also. And it's through a church. We go to church together. And anyway, he finds these old pieces of furniture and restores them. Well, he got me an office chair because I was talking to him about how I sit on a ball and stuff, and he found an office chair and he redid it for me and he gave it to me. And these people they're not rich, they're struggling pretty much. You know, she's just gone through some radiation treatment for cancer, and he's got his own issues, but they thought of me and they gave me that. And I went home and I told Tiffany, you know, we need to do something really nice. You know, I told her we should pay them for the chairs. She's like, you know what? Sometimes you just have to let people serve you. They're trying to thank you for coming over and helping them and do stuff like that. So just let them do that. You know, it's not that she didn't want to give them money or anything. You know, it's she wanted us to let them feel how it feels to actually give somebody something and to serve others. And that was like, okay, yeah, I'm giving them that opportunity. That's great. And you could tell they felt good. They said, we don't want any. I offered money when they first gave it to me. They said, we don't want anything. You do enough for us. We just want to give that to you. It made me feel really good and made them feel really good.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling, give somebody the opportunity to serve you and to help you. That's all I'm trying to say.
That's an awesome example there, Dusty. Thank you for sharing that. And I know, and you and myself and Chappie, we've had these conversations, of how being involved in this true crime community has given us the opportunity to serve so many people. And really, guys, we're not even close to where we're going. I mean, we're just getting started here, in other words, and sometimes it's just overwhelming, the amount of support that we get and the love, and not only that, not from other people, but also just the sense of like your own gratitude that you have inside, and the good feelings that you have inside when you serve others and help others that can't help themselves. It's a great feeling. I encourage every single one of you to continue to do it. And look for opportunities to serve others. So, Dusty, I know we're getting some donations there. Did you want to?
Yeah, Bonnie Austin, thank you very much for your donation. She says, I live my life by this every day, and it will always warm my heart the most to make others smile or acts of kindness. It's the most fulfilling feeling. I agree 1,000% with that. That's awesome. Thank you for mentioning that, Sonny.
And there's how did you say her name again? Triple D
Shaughnessy.
Triple D Shaughnessy. Thank you, Triple D Shaughnessy. Yeah, when I read
gave us,
yeah, when I read that story, it's been a long time since I've read that story, but I read it years ago, and it was one that really touched my heart. And there's actually more to it. I just read part of it. If you guys want to go read the rest, it's Thomas S. Monson. You can Google it, and it's called Christmas Gifts, Christmas Blessings. So it's a really good talk, or whatever you want to call it.
We can post a link in our description when we get finished. You just send it to me, Tyson, and I'll put that in the description.
All right. All right, Dusty. Well, that's my introduction. Do we want to show that footage, or?
Oh, sure. Let me grab that.
Let me.
This is pre-wreck. Somebody asked what kind of drone we have. We have a Phantom 3 drone. It's a starter drone because we never flown the drone before. So it's a good thing we got a used starter drone because I'm tearing it up. I'll tell you what. You ready?
Yeah.
Let me turn that comment off, or it'll be showing on there.
Okay.
A lot of that was super loud. I don't know if that was loud on your headphones. Man, that was blowing my.
No, it was perfect.
Must be my headphones or something. But a lot of that area was right around where we grew up. That last shot you saw of that church, we used to go to that church, but also there was a field right next to it, like a lawn. And we used to play football there and baseball, whatever we could play. You remember that, Tyson, with the Smiths, Camden and Flint and all those guys, and the Parnells?
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course, man. Those were the days. We kind of lived right in the center of town, where it was kind of the hub. We had the old swimming pool right by our house. We had the school, we had the church in the back, and I was telling somebody this the other day. I think it was Chappie, when we were driving to Salida to go to the search. I was telling him how I'm really glad that we were the very last generation to grow up without cell phones or internet, and that's not to say I don't appreciate it now, but it was nice to not have those distractions as kids where you would just gather up all your friends and go to the school and play, have a football game or go to the swimming pool and stuff like that. So it's been a fun day, Dusty, like spending time with you and reminiscing and just, enjoying this. It's been neat.
Yeah. So they're asking where we are. We're in Pima, Arizona. The population is like around 2,000, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it's growing, but I think it's like 2,000 or 3,000 now. So,
yeah. So you pretty much know everybody. Well, unless you move and come back, then you don't really know anybody. And so my parents were asking me today, "Do you remember so and so?" I was like, "I have no idea who you're talking about." I don't know if they moved there after I left or I just don't remember. But yeah, once you move, you kind of forget stuff. You start forgetting certain. Then I was telling Tyson stories though. He's like, "How do you remember that?" And it's like certain things stick in your head forever. It's so weird.
Yeah, they're like sometimes the most random things, huh?
Yeah, it is for sure.
Hey, Dusty, I want to talk real quickly about a story that I came across, and it's crazy that I'd never heard of this. You said you had kind of heard it, in passing. You didn't know a lot about it or whatever. But when I was looking that story up by Thomas S. Monson, I came across another story that happened just down the road from where I'm teaching school now in Miami, Arizona. And by the way, I'd like to give a shout out to the Miami Vandals girls basketball team. I was telling them today that I had to come back to Thatcher and do this live today. And they were curious about our YouTube channel, and I wanted to give them a shout out. I'm coaching the girls basketball team there at Miami High School. So hi, guys. I hope you guys are watching tonight. If not, that's okay too, but you'll just have to run extra laps. So no problem. Just kidding. But anyway, Dusty, I came across this story that happened just outside of Miami, Arizona. It was actually near the town of Superior. And it was a case that happened on Christmas Eve in 1931. A couple was driving down the road. Picture this, okay? They were driving down the road, heading back towards Phoenix, and the car breaks down. And the fuel line broke or something. And so they pull over to the side of the road. And the wife gets out because I guess it was really cold in the car. So she was trying to get out and walk around and get her blood pumping and stuff. And she looks down on the ground and she sees an old hat box. And she hears a whimpering coming from this hat box. And she calls her husband and she says, "Come over here." She says, I found this hat box and I think there's a cat or a dog or a puppy or something in there. And they opened it up and it was a baby, 7 days old. And so they obviously, rescued this baby, and the baby ended up going to a foster home. There's a whole big long story. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but now I want you to think about that, Dusty. What are the chances of that? What are the chances of this car breaking down 150 feet from where this child had been abandoned? I mean, is that a coincidence, brother?
Absolutely not. I always say that there's no coincidences in life because if you think about all the times stuff like that has to happen, we were talking about this earlier. There's so many things that had to happen to lead us to doing what we're doing right now. I mean, every little turn we made, every little decision we made was to get to this point in our life. And no, when stuff like that happens, how can you say it's a coincidence? I mean, it's got to be that fate brought him there, or God brought him there, or whatever you believe brought him, karma or whatever. But something brought those people there, and it's not a coincidence for sure. No.
Hey, Chappie! What happened to Chappie? Let's see. I had a lightning strike at a traffic light in Miami, Arizona one evening while I was stopped at the light. Scared the crap out of me, LOL.
They don't like redheads in Miami, so they told you they were striking lightning to scare you out of there.
Chappie, it's good to see you in the house, brother. I hope your family's doing well. Please let us know how everybody's doing. I know there was a lot of people commenting here, wishing you guys well. So hopefully your daughter and your wife and everybody's doing well. So we think about you a lot, Chappie. Hope everything's good. So I agree with you, Chappie. It's not a coincidence. There's just no way, you know, that little girl that they found, that baby had a purpose on this earth. And if I'm not mistaken, she lived a very full life, a very long life. And I think she passed away recently, but she was old age, like in her 80s or 90s. So just a really neat story. And it's crazy that it happened right there, man. I'd never heard that, but that's where I spend most of my time, you know, driving back and forth to Mesa and going through that area. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's so many stories like that where somebody will drop off a baby at a fire station or something, and then you're seeing a lot of since DNA became so prominent, and everybody's doing Ancestry.com to get their DNA tested. You're seeing all these people coming together that they find out who their parents are, they find out who their siblings are. There was that one case where the three identical triplets found each other, like not through DNA. It was more like running into each other and somebody calling one of them somebody else's name, and they thought it was that person. And then they thought they were twins, and then they ended up finding another one that was the triplet. And come to find out, it was all the big government test that they were testing these people. So they were separating them at birth and testing, like doing like tests on them, which is insane if you think about it, that you broke up this family, you know, these brothers, to run tests to do scenarios, see what that would happen to them if you separated them. Pretty much is what they did. So, anyway.
Yeah, man, and you're right. You know, Dusty, it's just there's no coincidences in life, and I used to think there were, you know, until we kind of got involved in all this, and we talked about how you know, a million things had to like line up perfectly or had to happen in order for us to be here today. And a lot of those are personal that we'll never share, but yeah, it definitely was not a coincidence. So
no, it's not. And you could also think of it like this. if you're struggling at some time in your life and you think I shouldn't have made that decision, and you're thinking that, that's probably not a healthy way to look at your life, because any decision you make, if you approach it the right way and you learn from that, what you feel like is a mistake, then it wasn't a mistake. You learned from it, you grew from it, you learned that maybe I shouldn't do something like that again and change your life. So there's always some good that can come. I heard a quote, and I don't know, I don't remember who said it, and I don't remember the exact quote, but I'm going to try to paraphrase it. It says something like, "Be careful who you be careful about the addict or whoever that you judge. It could be the person that influences somebody you love to change their life or something." You know, that's just paraphrasing, but yeah, I mean, you never know when something is going to touch close to home for you. So let's say, you know, what if I was a hypocrite and I would condemn people for being drug addicts just because I don't do drugs anymore? Well, what happens if I decided to do that instead of what I do right now? I help people like that through the addiction recovery programs and stuff like that. So you never know who's in need. You never know who needs help. You never know what they're going through. And so we have to be careful how we look at people, what we say to people, just because, you know, we don't know. And that could be their wake-up call. That could be their turning point in life to get their life together, what they're going through at that moment. And they just have to go through it to get to where they want to be. You never know.
that is so true, bro. It's so true. Karma is a very real thing, you know, and we got to be very careful and make sure that we're just always putting good vibes out into the universe. And that's what we're trying to do. And it's been great. I love it. I absolutely love it. I guess people are saying that you're having some issues with your with something going on, that echo. But Thank you, ABD, with the German Shepherd.
Here, I'm gonna switch this off real quick.
I think what we're doing, what's happening is because we're in the same house, we're getting the echo and stuff. So he's just right in there. So I think that's what's happening. Can you still hear me, Dusty?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't hear you on anything except through the wall.
Oh, okay. So anyway,
I can hear you now.
all right. You know, Dusty, I was thinking that maybe we'll keep this short tonight, and we will also just keep it positive. You know, I mean, we have plenty of time to talk about the cases that we're covering. You know, and I see people, you know, talking about Barry Morphy here, and Carmen never loses an address. Jane, Coek, Triboletti.
Good try.
Are we ever going to get an easy name, Dusty, on here? Are we going to get an easy name?
Yeah, Robin Lane. I got that one.
Well, Robin Lane and Betty Smith. I guess I get that one. That one's easy to read.
Nancy S.
Nancy S. You look so happy tonight. You know what? I am happy, Nancy S. I am very happy. It's been a great few days of relax, you know, getting some much needed rest. I started coaching basketball, which I haven't done in about 10 years. So it was nice to get out there again. And I'm actually kind of like trying to get in shape with the girls. Like I was running and since I broke my wrist, you guys may not know this, but I shattered my wrist really bad. About a year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago. And I lost a bunch of weight because I wasn't able to do a lot of the things that I was doing before. And today I was just like, you know what? I'm not using that as an excuse anymore. I'm just going to get out there. So I was like actually trying to do push-ups with the girls and run with them. And so it's good to get back in the swing of things, you know, after going through some hard trials myself. So, you know, we can always make it through our hard trials if we just hang in there and keep fighting. And so I appreciate you guys saying that. Thank you, Nancy S. And by the way, Nancy S., your name is on the van. And ABD, the van looks awesome. Guys, if you're worried about your name being on the van, it's probably on there. You just probably can't see it. So if you guys want to see your name on there, just email me and I'll take a quick picture of it and email it to you. So
while I'm here, I'm going to take some video of all this stuff I'll video all of them, and we're going to do it. And that's another thing, you know, while I'm here, we're going to do a lot of cool videos together because we don't have this opportunity very often. So we'll keep it short tonight, but we're going to get to work, you know, tomorrow making some cool videos. We were talking about some of them. We're going to do some funny stuff. We're going to do some serious stuff. We're going to do a lot of cool stuff. So it's going to be
okay.
fun.
All right, Debbie. I think Debbie's one of the ones that emailed me about helping the Cordova kids. And Debbie, what we're doing, for those of you guys that are barely joining us, we're going to run everything through Amazon for Alicia Cordova. And I'm going to get the details. I talked to her again today, and she's going to get that link or whatever it is set up on Amazon to where you guys can donate. We can all donate. And then I think the way it works, Dusty, is once she has all that money and those gift cards or whatever into her account, then she can go in and buy stuff off of Amazon for her kids based on what their needs are. So thank you, Debbie. I know you were one of the ones that was really asking. And Alicia Cordova, if you're watching tonight, I want you to know, Alicia, that there has been about 20 people that have emailed me asking how they can help you and your kids this Christmas. So we've got an amazing community, some amazing people here with big hearts, and they love you and they're concerned about you and your kids, and they want to help in any way that they can. So thank you guys so much for doing that. So
thank you, Brooklyn. I'm glad that you found the right link. I'm going to try to go in there and fix all that. I'm sorry that you had the wrong one.
Gonzo, listen, buddy. I know I had your thing up here, Gonzo, from Real Adventures. Gosh, I can never say his thing right. Anyway, you guys know who I'm talking about, Gonzo. He's been trying to get a hold of me the last few days, There he is right there. I know he's in Salida again right now. And I watched something, I don't know if it was on here or on Instagram, but I saw something where he was way up on a tower, Dusty, like 200 feet in the air. It was crazy.
You won't catch me on something like that, that's for sure. You won't catch me swimming in no frozen water either, bro.
You know what I'm thinking about right now, bro? When we went snow skiing, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, well, I won't do that again either. I'll tell you, I'm gonna make something very clear right now. You'd never see me in no X Games or anything like that, because that just ain't me.
I love you, Dusty.
Tyson's telling the story about when we were younger. We went snow skiing. Tyson's over here jumping off the hills and doing 360s, and I'm over here falling backwards with my legs behind me, and I can't get up. And I'm like screaming because my legs feel like they're tearing off, and he's over there laughing, trying to help me up.
No, dude. Hey, let me tell you what happened from my perspective, man. I was on the ski lift, and I'm sitting there just, minding my own business, and I hear this screaming going on. Ah, ah, ah. I'm like, dude, what happened, man? Did somebody get hurt or something? And I look down, and it's Dusty, and his skis were caught behind him, and his legs were bent like this, and his skis he couldn't get up. He was just sitting there, and his legs started cramping up. So I got off the ski lift and went down there and helped. I love you, brother.
That wasn't me screaming. That was somebody screaming for help for me. That's my story anyway.
Well, it may have been. It may have been, but yeah, man, that was that. But you did go back with us one time when we went that one time. Me, you, and Todd. Remember that?
Yeah, and it was just about as bad. I hated it. Anyway, they tricked me into going up on a hard hill, and took me like 2 hours to get down because I wasn't skiing down it. I was going way slow with my skis together like this, trying to get down it.
Yeah, Gonzo, man, he was up on a tower, and I don't know what he was doing up there, but maybe that's his thing. Maybe he goes up there to like meditate and stuff. But that guy, I thought I was crazy, and I thought I had a lot of like energy, but I can't keep up with Gonzo, man. That guy's awesome.
Yeah, he's full of energy, that's for sure. So.
People were like, "Dang, Tyson, you're everywhere. You're in Idaho, you're in Utah, you're in Colorado, you're in Arizona." I can't keep up with Gonzo, dude. He's like in Nebraska and Wyoming. I mean, every day he's somewhere else. So, Gonzo,
you did come to Indiana, so.
Yeah, Gonzo, if you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to his channel, he's a warrior, man. He's out there trying to figure out what happened to Suzanne Morphew. And, he's really digging, getting in the trenches. So if you haven't subscribed, go over there and subscribe. Great guy with a good heart. So a real Gone Media Adventures. So Gonzo. Anyway, anything else, Dusty?
Nah, man, I'm pretty good. We probably should wrap it up. My in-laws went to a light parade, and we took their house over. So, we probably should get off here so they can come home. They're probably sitting outside or something.
Well, the reason why, because over at the parents' house, the internet signal wasn't as good, so we ended up over here, and they fed us an amazing dinner. We had deer. Brandon was telling us about how he went over to the Whetstone over by Benson and got a deer, and we actually cooked it up and had some deer, man. It was awesome. So thank you, Brandon, for that.
Yeah, Brandon's my brother-in-law. He's the youngest of 7. My wife is Tiffany is right in the middle of 7 kids, and he's the youngest. And I'll tell you what, that Brandon, he's an amazing person. He's trying to start his own YouTube channel. He's been recording. He makes things out of wood. He's like a carpenter. He makes tables, and he's been recording them, and I'm encouraging him to start a channel. So hopefully we'll see him. So
yeah. Hey, Dusty, one thing I wanted to add, man. Well, first of all, let me thank Sunny Austin. She's been very active here tonight in donating. Thank you, Sunny. And Sunny and I have been talking via email also, or text message, I think. She was texting me. But Sunny's a great person. She's a great supporter of ours. She donated $50 here, and she also donated some earlier. And Okay, three amigos, happy chappy. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and this is your beer fun. Cheers. May your Christmas be wonderful and happiness and health always. You guys rock my socks. LOL. Thank you, Sonny. Merry Christmas to you.
That's going to have to be root beer over here for us.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of root beer.
Yeah. Hey, well, and what I was going to mention, Dusty, on that Hatbox Baby thing, I wanted to mention one more thing. If in closing here is, if you guys don't think that God is aware of you, think about that baby for a minute and how that baby was found. God is aware of every single one of us. He's aware of our needs. He's aware of our trials, our hurt, our pain, and he's aware of every single one of you. So always remember that. So that's the last thought I have, Dusty.
All right. What I'm going to say is we're gonna do some amazing things while we're here in Arizona together. So be watching for them. Stuff's gonna pop up on our channel from time to time during the holiday season. We're not going to do our lives next week, but we are going to keep posting some videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be more of the kind of fun stuff during the holidays, and then we'll get back to business when we get through the holiday season. So.
Yeah, I guess one thing I did want to mention real quick, Dusty, is on that Suzanne Morphew case. I had a lot of people asking me if I verified Barry handing out flyers. Yes, I did. I just wanted to say that. That was the last thing, the only thing on that. But I wanted to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. I don't know if we're going to have a chance to get on here too many more times before Christmas. If we do, great. If not, if you guys don't see us, have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time with your family. We want to tell you guys how much we love you and appreciate you and for everything that you do for us, and continue to help us by subscribing to our channel. If you haven't already, that helps us in ways that you probably don't even know exist. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, we love you guys. We are going to publish this. I saw somebody ask. Yeah, so we'll get to catch up on what you missed. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you later. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.